I know you gonna dig this.
Get funky with me.
Jules, you know, honey, this isn't real. You know what it is? It's St. Elmo's fire. Electric flashes of light that appear in dark skies out of nowhere. Huh? Sailors would guide entire journeys by it, but the joke was on them. There was no fire. There wasn't even a St. Elmo. They made it up. They made it up because they thought they needed it to keep them going when things got tough. Just like you're making up all of this. We're all going through this.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? Here I am in Maryland at the University of Maryland, right here, which stood in for Georgetown University in the movie St. Elmo's Fire. Possibly one of my favorite movies of all time. Now, I did the locations for this about 3 or 4 years ago in the summertime, and it was very, very hot. And I parked right over there behind that building, which is in the movie. And I remember it was summer, very, very hot. Nobody here. There's a bunch of cars here. I was still paranoid about where to park today. I just parked right. I think there was construction, so I was having trouble finding parking around the circle here. It's called Fraternity Row. Let me turn the camera around. Look at this. This is, when you think of American universities, I mean, this is what you think of. Look at this. Look how incredible this is. What? Isn't that wild? And in the summertime, it's just, I mean, look, it's all muddy. Yuckity yuck. It's gross here on the field, but in the summer, it's a lot nicer. But I decided to stop here for a couple of reasons. First of all, I love St. Elmo's Fire. And I can never get tired of being here looking at these places, or these buildings. And second of all, somebody wrote about a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago, on my St. Elmo's Fire video, in the comments they said, I got the football field right, which is what I'm standing on, where they played football in the movie. And when Billy, Rob Lowe's character, comes back to the frat house after he's graduated, that one right there, I got that one right. But the opening scene is graduation, and they're all walking towards the camera, 7 cast members. And she said, I showed the wrong house. And I thought, well, how do you know? And she went on for a whole thing about she went to the school, and she knows it very well. And then I started thinking, am I wrong? Was I wrong? Because I thought maybe they just used the same frat house for the opening scenes and the middle scenes. They didn't. They used this house for the opening scene. This sorority. Sigma Kappa. Go Sigma Kappa. Woo! Now I'm just going to get a shot right here. She's right, actually. Because when you see Rob Lowe coming towards the frat house, it's in the middle of the movie, and he walks right to there. Okay? Let me go back here for a second. I'll just do this part now. We'll just do it in real time. And I'm not going to go up to that frat house. I went up to it before, did the whole thing. See that in the background? See that tree? Behind the tree, there's that chimney and that building that goes flat and long. And you can see that behind the frat guys as they're rushing out to greet Billy. But of course, they just want Billy to get them some good drugs. And he's disappointed. He thought he was getting a hero's welcome coming back. No. Then he sat here with his baby mama. And you see that in the background. Now, I did all this. I'm going to put a link below to that video. But the iconic opening scene for St. Elmo's Fire, with possibly the greatest 80s soundtrack of all time. I mean, Man in Motion, John Parr, and then the Love Theme by David Foster. If I even hear it, I start to tear up. And that's not a word of a lie. Just this little part. I'll play a little part right now. Those strings, they get me every time. I'll do it again. Yeah, they get me every time. Every time. But this is the house that they're walking from. Sigma Kappa, woo! Right this way towards us. Isn't that cool? This is it. Walking right towards us. Rob Lowe, Ali Sheedy, Mare Winningham, Judd Nelson, Emilio Estevez, Andie McCarthy. Who am I forgetting? Demi Moore. Jules. Oh, Jules. Jules laughed. She dabbled in a few things in that movie. Right there. It's just about that angle. It's a very tight angle as they're walking towards us. Oh, this movie kills me. I was a kid when this movie came out. I didn't know what was going on. I probably when I watched this movie. But no word of a lie, I watched it so many times on VHS, and I cried every time. I'm not afraid to admit it. I was a little kid. I still cry. I watch it every year on my birthday. And my mother used to say, what is it with this movie in you? And I could never really explain it. But the ending, when Billy, Rob Lowe's character, if you haven't seen Samuel's Fire, it's about 7 people that graduate from university, and they're just starting their life out, different careers, and their love lives all mixed together. And it's Joel Schumacher. It's glossy. It's got some it's got some moments, and sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And at the end, Billy, Rob Lowe's character, leaves to go to New York City, and he's getting on a bus, and I would cry every time. As a little kid watching it, I would, because there was something about the way it was like nostalgic, and he was leaving his friends behind, and there's something about that I caught, I guess, and something about it that just really made me feel, I don't know, sad that he was leaving his friends behind, and knowing that it would never be like this ever again. They would never again be together in the same way. And it got to me. And then later in life, Reality Bites kind of got to me in the same way. I always imagined Reality Bites, that was what it was like after college. Salem's Fire, I was too young to know anything about college or university. And by the way, my university that I went to in Toronto does not look at all like this. It's probably about the same size campus, huge, but it's all steel and concrete. And just the visuals in this movie are beautiful. I mean, look around. It's a little drab and dreary right now, this time of year, but it's really gorgeous. It's called Fraternity Row here at University of Maryland. Yeah, but there's something about that movie that got to me, and I watch it every year on my birthday. I think I was too young to understand a few things, but I love movies about, it was kind of like a big chill for that generation, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a huge hit, but it's a cultural touchstone for sure, that movie. It was the Brat Pack. But there's something about it that just made me sad watching it. Knowing they were all going their separate ways, and they weren't living, like having their fun time in college and university, which is what I expected university and college to be like. And then the people are breaking up, and people are cheating on each other, and oh gosh. But the ending, when Billy leaves, and you know what? I'm a huge Rob Lowe fan. So the scene when he comes here, and he's so excited to see his former frat brothers, and they're excited to see him, and then they sit over here during the football game that they're playing, and Billy's like thinking about he might come back on campus, get a job, something like that. The guy says, "Oh yeah, it'd be great to have you back." And just Billy's face, he's so excited, like he has a place where he belongs. And the guy goes, "Yeah, we need someone to get us some good drugs." And then runs off. And just Rob Lowe's face, he's just devastated, because that's all they want him for. So he's always kind of searching in that movie for somewhere to belong, but he's the glue that holds them all together too. Yeah, that's the house he runs up to right there. Walks up to, because you see these ones in the background there. Like I said, I've covered this before, did a few other locations from the movie, and I'll put the link below to that. It's a little cold though, a little shaky. It's a little cold. But I'll put the link below to that video. You can see where I kind of went a little more in depth. But thank you to you, the lady who wrote to me and said, that's the proper one. Because now that I look at, she said something about the, see where it says Waffle House? I don't know why they're celebrating Waffle House, but behind it there's a lamp, and she said it's the same lamp that was there in the movie, and then also Sigma Kappa is in gold while all the other ones are in black. But you don't even see it in the movie, so I don't know what she's talking about, why that has to do with anything. But that's true. It is the only one in gold in the lettering. What the hell goes on in frat houses? I was not part of a frat or a sorority, so I don't know what the hell goes on in these buildings. Or if there's giant parties here. It's very quiet. It's very quiet right now. But this is what a university... I mean, a lot of them look like this. I was driving around one the other day in Charlotte for a video, and my friend and I were talking. I was like, damn, this looks just like out of a movie. They always do. And that's why they film movies here. On university. Lambda Chi Alpha Gamma Phi Beta. There it is. The opening scene from St. Elmo's Fire. Right there. Growing up, you don't see the writing on the wall. Passing by, moving straight ahead, you knew it all. That's a little John Parr for you. So I have a lot of favorite movies, that's for sure. I'm not going to list them, but there's a lot. But St. Elmo's Fire has a special place in my heart. Like I said, I watch it once a year at least. Yeah, something about when I was a little kid. There's something about it that clicked with me. Maybe because I was always drawn to the arts, and Billy was an artist. He was a musician, so I was, I don't know. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it's because Demi Moore. Maybe because Andie McCarthy, Emilio Estevez, their characters are, dreamers. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Judd Nelson's a bit of a dick in it, but he's cool. But you kind of like him because they like him, so you like him too.
He's a cool dick.
But yeah, I love St. Elmo's Fire, and I love you. Thanks for watching. I was going to say rest in peace, but there's nobody to... No, they're all alive. Rest in peace, Joel Schumacher. You made an amazing movie, man. Amazing movie. Thanks for watching. St. Elmo's Fire. What? Peace. Watch it. You can order it a digital, or go to a Redbox, buy a grocery store, and put however you get a movie from a Redbox. Watch it. You should. You'll love it. Peace out.